Hello everyone, I am Sikandar Abu Rakib. Today I am going to make a new web application. This is Angular 2 web application with CRUD operation. Here I am going to create a new web application, Employee Management System EMS version 2.0. In this web application, I used Angular 2 as a front end and PHP and MySQL or MariaDB as a backend. Here I have some CRUD functionality that I am going to explain. I can add employee, Alex, programmer, IT, salary, save. The data is saving here. I can go to see the detailed information of this record. I can read it from here. Go back to main page and I can edit this information. Senior programmer, IT, software, salary changing to 6,000 from 5,000. Senior programmer and detail and salary is 6,000. And this data is coming from MyDB database with employees table. And if I select this table and browse it, I can see the data here, which is shown here. So this is the application where I am using Angular 2, PHP and MySQL. But what I am going to tell you, I am not going to create this application from the scratch because I already made an web application with AngularJS CRUD with PHP and MySQL. Although this tutorial is in Bengali, but I used the PHP files here and I am going to use the same PHP file with some modification into my application. So I will take help from these files. You can see this tutorial from here, and I have made another application which is called Mean Employee Apps with CRUD version 1.0, and this web application I made with 5 video tutorials. And in the first 2 video tutorial I tried to create API using Node.js and Express and MongoDB. And the video tutorial number 3, 4 and 5, that means the last 3 video tutorial of this series, I created the front end with Angular 2, and I am using the same front end made with Angular 2 for my project here. So if you want, you can go and watch these videos as a reference. So I am not repeating these things. So I am taking the finished product from here and using as a starting point. So this is the finished product. Front end is coming from this application, these 3 videos, and the backend, that means PHP MySQL, is coming from these tutorials as a reference of this tutorial, not exactly. Okay, so this is all about the demonstration of these web apps. So I think it is the right time to start the work. This is the main employee apps with CRUD application. By using this 5 video tutorial, you can create the app that is here. This app is showing data from MongoDB. Here I have started the MongoDB, that means the service of MongoDB, and in another Mongo shell I have shown here the data, that is Sikandar Abu Rakib and Shakira. These 2 data is coming from MongoDB. So our first task is to create the MySQL database. So I am going to switch this front end from MongoDB to PHP MySQL. I'm closing it, and I'm also closing MongoDB and going to PHP Here I have created a database named MyDB and a table named employees, and employees table will have underscore id field, integer type and name, worker type and position, department and salary. So I have put some data here. So my first objective is to show this MySQL data into this front. I'm going to start the Visual Studio as a code editor, and before doing that I'm going to make a backup of this folder. Before that I'm just going to close this and close this Angular 2, and I'm going to copy this folder and I will work here, and I'm keeping it as a backup copy. Well, now I'm going to open this app folder into my Visual Studio. So this is the src folder. So this is the copy, and I am going to work here. The first thing, I need to work with employee service, because within this employee service we are connecting to the database to retrieve the data. And before that I would like to show you, I have started the XAMPP and Apache and MySQL server. I am opening the API folder into another editor. So for the saving of time, I am copying some code. I'm explaining here. I have written the header, access control, allow origin, and allow headers. As I am using two different domains for front end and back end, so I need to add these lines into my PHP file. And then here I am declaring some variables: server name, username, password, and database name. And I used the database as MyDB, and user is root, and there is no password, and the server name is localhost. And then we are creating a connection variable with mysql I, giving the parameter inside mysql I method, and then we are putting the select command into SQL variable select star from employees. This is the table that we created into our MySQL database here, and we are sorting the data by descending order. So the last entry will come first by using order by command, and then we are firing the SQL and putting the result into the result variable and checking whether there is any row retrieved or not. Accordingly, we are declaring an array named data, and we are populating the array with data, and then we are encoding the data with JSON encode method. This is the thing that we are using as a select PHP. Okay, so if I go to Visual Studio code editor and go to the employee service, and here I need to change the code. So there is no more localhost 3000, so I'm going to change this line. Now I am going to write localhost API select PHP, because our file is now within C exam htdocs API select. So that's why I have written here localhost API select PHP. So now if I want to see the result, but before that I need to open ngserve. I have started the Apache server and MySQL. So here I am starting the Angular project file and going to here. No data is showing. It is not showing data. Let us check it. Okay, I did not save the service. Okay, I did not put the PHP tag here. Okay, yes, data is coming. So localhost API select PHP ID name. Okay, yes, the data is coming. So we can retrieve the data through that command. We can go to retrieve the single employee. We can write here, we can change. And now we are going to create another file here, new file, select one.php, and can write For time saving, I have put some code here, so I will explain it. But before that, I am going to copy something from here. This is almost the same as before, only changes are here. We are retrieving the data using the where clause, where id is equal to data id. Depending on this clause, we are retrieving the single data. Okay, if I go to the Visual Studio, and here I can write localhost not 3000 API select one.php, and it will be like this, and it will be post request, and here id. Okay, now I need to go to HTML, that is home page. Okay, it is here. Okay, and I need to go to show component here. Okay, as it is single component, it is showing here, and now I can go here, and if I scroll over this button, you can see here it is changing, id is changing, and it is selecting Alex 91, and then detail, it is showing Samira 90, and it is showing 89. If we check here, 89, 90, 91, this is the ID number. Okay, by this way we can retrieve the data. Now we are going to work for the delete button. Mostly we'll have to write the code in employee service.ts file. Here API delete.php file, and we'll do the same thing here. And for saving data, let's write localhost API insert.php, and for update you have to write API update.php, and here we can anonymous function, and here after deletion we can call this dot get employees function, and then get employee, then saving data. Here we can write function, and okay, now we need to create insert update and delete file. I'm going to create it here. Insert dot php, and update dot php, and delete dot php. And in all file I need to give this portion, and and in delete also this, and within this section we'll write our code. I'm saving it. Okay, for insert I am pasting the code for insert. It is simple mysql command, insert into this file, and the field's name and the values are here, and then the connection. So we can check. Okay, edit component. Okay, yes, it is supplying two parameters, but right now we are using the whole object and sending it to the employee service TS file. Now if I want to add, yes, data is saving, so saving is working. Now I need to work with the delete button. Now I am going to refactor the code a bit. If I create a file like db.php, in this file if I put include db.php, and within that file I am pasting it in, and I'm checking. Before that I'm also checking the delete file. I've saved it properly, and the delete file, and it is working. So I can include this to insert, and select, and select one, and also in update file. So we can check. Yes, the read is working. It's working, and delete is working, and data is working. Need to work with edit. So I am going to paste it out, and I'm saving it, and also I need this line. Okay, it is not working. Okay, I'm going to edit component, and here I need to make some modification. So like this, here the data has come, and yes, so if I make any changes, okay, is that telling? Okay, let me check. I made the mistake. Okay, now yes, this is the changes that I made. And if I secondar 5, yes, it is updating. If I edit here, okay, so I can delete, I can edit, and I can show the information individually, and I can add. Okay, now if I delete, some problem happens and I'll have to refresh it, it will be refreshed. So to solve this problem, I'll have to go and here in select PHP, I'm putting this line here, and when there is no row into the table, employee table, then it will come into this block of code. So I'll have to check it from my code. So into the employee service, get employees here, I need and I'm going to create variable like uh, check me type any, and here I'm putting this dot check me is equal to response and checking if before doing this I can show you console.log. It shows employee. Okay, coming from home component, employees. So here you see the what we are going to show you, like here the console log check me, but check me is showing body is underscore body 0, and this 0 is coming from this 0. If I write 1 2 3, it will be 0 1 2 3. So we can check into our code if this check me dot underscore body not equal to 0, then return as if I write this code into multiple statement, then I'll have to include return. Otherwise, if I write in the same statement, then I need not to include the return, and it is the ES6 syntax. So okay, I'm checking it here. If this variable dot underscore body is not equal to 0, then show this response JSON. Otherwise, don't show it. And I put it here. Okay. Now it is not showing any error. Okay, if I add something here like test1, okay, it's coming. If I delete, it is going away. And again, if I Rakib sales and salary, I'm not giving here. Now editing here, salary giving from here, and going looking, yes, it is okay, and deleting, it is going away and no error. So I completed, and I am writing Sikandar IT salary. I don't want to give it from here. Then no salary, and edit salary 2000. Update, want to see salary, yes, it is coming here, and I want to edit it from here. Update, it is updating, and I'm going to add another one. Design and editing salary, updating, and salary we are getting, and eventually we want to delete, and it is not giving any error. Okay, this is the thing, and I am going to refactor the code a bit. I included this line into the DB file, so I need not to give it here again. And no need to here, here, and from the update file. Okay, this is very simple code of PHP. And insert, also delete, and this is the db.php file. So this is all about the API, and I put it into the htdoc folder, and this is the Angular 2 app, and I need to do a bit things like home component, at home, app.html here, simple Angular 2 web application with CRUD operation, and of Angular 2 framework and manage not express PHP and mysql or MariaDB, whatever you call it. Okay. And in the navbar, I need to change the version here. So this is version number 2, and it's Angular 2 web application with CRUD operation, and here is the front end Angular 2 and backend PHP MySQL. I hope this tutorial was informative for you. If you enjoyed the tutorial, I'll be happy, and if you have any question, please leave it into the comment box. And if you like this video, please subscribe my channel, and hope I will see you soon. Thank you very much for watching.